Right. This is a very serious advice that I want to give to people as for this year. You know, life is not easy, especially for black people, even if they are going to find an opportunity in life. I will help you with the scriptures to explain how we can actually come out of poverty. If you ask people around you, even people who we had a transition, who came from poverty to being rich, ask them, did you have a big opportunity that changed your life overnight? They will tell you, no, it wasn't like that. There are some opportunities that we get, like you get a better paying job. Like what you do with that better paying job is what determines your future. Most of you had chances of finding a better paying job, but what you did with that job was making sure that people feel you. They can really see that you have changed even your dressing, your wardrobe, your whatsoever, your house, which is a different conception if you are going to look at the Bible, even the way the Lord Jesus was doing it. I want to advise you. Look at this. In the book of Genesis chapter 41, verse 33 and 35. If you read this story, Joseph interpreted the dream of Pharaoh, saying there is going to be 7 years of plenty. You are getting into the field for 7 years, and for these 7 good years, you will be having plenty. But after those 7 years, there is going to be 7 years of drought, 7 years of hunger, 7 years of serious poverty. So you need to have people who can help you to manage the 7 years of plenty, so that they can save food for the 7 years of hunger. So here there wasn't any demon, there wasn't any spiritual attack. It was just a period whereby God was going to send enough rain, a good climate for 7 years, and make sure that he could take it away for the next other 7 years. So all that was needed here was wisdom on how to manage the resources that were available. So what it means is, during the times of opportunities, during the times of working, during the times of having a better salary, it is not time to spend, it is time to save. But the problem with us black community, every opportunity that we get, we increase burdens on ourselves. You find a better job today, you rush to change your child from the high school he is learning it. You find an expensive school. Okay, what about if this job can end? What about if this contract can end? What would you have done? Wise people, they utilize the opportunities they get to make sure that on this opportunity that I got, I have at least a better salary. I need to find something permanent to my name that I can't lose, that nobody can control. These things of finding better paying jobs and so forth, they can change any time of the day. Even the boss that you are working for, who is giving you money, can die. Things can change. That's the problem with us black people. God gives us opportunities. Sometimes you found a deal, you are making a lot of money. Instead of you beginning to invest in something tangible, something that will give you proper money, the money that doesn't change, you begin to increase burdens over yourself. You change where to stay. You move from the location that you are staying just because of a single job that you found. Which security do you need? Do you have any expensive property? No. You just increased the payment. They just gave you some more money. So what you need to do this year, we need to save, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure that we come out of our permanent poverties that we received from our parents. If we misplan our things, we are going to die in poverty whilst God is providing us. The little that you are receiving, the little that you are finding, the little that is coming into your hands, if you can manage it, It can be a covering for the next generation. It can be a covering for the next coming years. What you do with the little that God gives you determines the person that you are going to become tomorrow. That is why you see in the book of John, chapter 6, verse 12, after Jesus performed the miracle, he performed the miracle that made a few fish and few bread to multiply, and he fed about 5,000 men. Women were not counted. But after feeding all these people, Jesus said on the book of John, chapter 6, verse 12, please make sure that you take every crumbling and everything that is left. Make sure that nothing is wasted. Jesus had some calculation in his mind. But tomorrow, we're going to be traveling, we're going to be preaching somewhere. We can't be performing miracles every day. Miracles are circumstantial. We can't be living in miracles every day. There are some times when Jesus could send his disciples to buy food, but there was a moment where he needed to perform a miracle. He needed to be realistic. There are some times we don't need miracles. We need to be very calculative. So what are you doing with your money? When black people, I'm not being racial here, I'm facing reality, because I know that I'm addressing my community. I'm addressing the people of my color. We need to get rid of this poverty in us. When us black people, we begin to experience a financial breakthrough, you can really see it outward. They begin to change their wardrobes, buying expensive phones with 6 cameras, expensive everything. But given that this job is ended, you will see suffering again. They begin to sell all those stuff. Now I'm selling my iPhone, I'm selling my TV, I'm selling my bed, I'm selling my fridge. Because being employed is a very serious problem. Because if you are employed today, you begin to send your children to expensive schools. You begin you maybe have associated yourself with the expensive insurances and so forth. You lose your job. What are you going to do? So a wise person, when you begin to receive a lot of money, invest in something that is tangible, that will stay forever, that will begin to generate money for you so that you can become a stable person. Clever people, when they found money, they bought shares in companies. They started their own businesses. They bought the resources to start all their own companies. They invested in opening their own shops. They invested in buying things they would resell. And what did you do? You increased your wardrobe. You are now wearing expensive stuff. The next year, they will tell you that we are terminating your contract. What are you going to do? You will remain poor and poor forever. So you will live a life of ups and downs, not because demons are following you, but you are unprogrammed. When you receive, you waste. But here, according to the Bible, when you receive plenty, serve. What are you doing with the small that you are finding, that God is giving you? Whatever job that you are doing, maybe you have a nameless job. Maybe you are just a machingelani. Maybe you are just a house girl. Maybe you just have found that job by luck, and you are not yet. You don't have anything to your name. I'm talking about profession. There is no job that you can say, I can do this. You know nothing. You don't have any certificate. You don't have any diploma. A wise person will begin to develop himself or herself. You make sure you do online courses. You find people who can teach you from home. Then at the end of the day, they give you a certificate which can qualify you anywhere. You find something that you can do with your hands without being employed. So please, people, this year we need to save. And when we are saving purposefully. We are not going to save without purpose. Save with a purpose. Save knowing what you want. And what you want mustn't be silly things. There must be tangible things which can change your life. Because the bigger opportunities that you are waiting for, they will never come sometimes. The people who made it in life, they got opportunities and managed to develop those opportunities into something bigger. Cut your cost. When you cut your cost, save for something big and change your life. Yes, the money they are giving you is very small, but what are you doing as a side hustle to make sure that everything that you want in life doesn't rely on your pay, doesn't rely on your wage, doesn't rely on your salary? There are plenty of things that you can do as a woman. There are plenty of things that you can do as a man. Some are selling phones whilst working. Some are selling dresses whilst working. Some are selling suits whilst working. Some are selling airtime whilst working. Some are selling beds cover. Some are selling TVs. Be known for something. They must know that when we want something, we get it from Ningi. But you don't have anything that people can relate to when it comes to you. Your neighbors, all of them, they must look for something from you. You don't do it every day, but on the weekend when you are resting, people must have a deal with you. You give them what they want. You take their money. The profit is the one that you use for transport. And you save your money, your wage, for something bigger. By the end of 2 years, you will no longer be working for people. Because otherwise, if you keep on complaining about the money they are giving you, that's all they can give you. That's all they can offer. You need to utilize that small opportunity and make it a bigger opportunity. Stop trying to dress to impress people. Stop trying to eat to impress people. Stop trying to live at expensive places to impress people. You can't impress people enough. Those are the same people who will laugh at you when you fall down from the ladder. Please concentrate on building up your life. Building is a process of putting one brick at a time. It's a very slow process, but a sure one. I need people who are concentrating on building life. This is how we can end poverty. Otherwise, if we keep on complaining, some of you, the only project that you are doing is keeping on increasing children. Please, 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 please. Don't be like confused people who want to hide behind the Bible. The Bible said, increase and multiply. He was talking to Adam and Eve, who were two in the Garden of Eden. Right now, we have already filled this whole earth. There is no space. And black people don't want to hear about this. Children management. They tell you the kids comes from God. That is why white people are always richer than us. Because they do family planning. Black people, they don't even want to hear about it. When you bring this topic, it's an offense to them. But the same children are the ones which are making them suffer. They are failing to take care of the children. Your children are running all over like cockroaches and rats. And when one tries to open your eyes, go to, please, may you stop it here. Have the kids that you can manage. They don't want to hear about it. To tell you the truth, most of the people are suffering because of kids. Of the 7 children that you have, if you had 2, you would have invested in them. They would have gone to better schools. You gave them a better life, better future. They would have been keeping you right now. That is why we have plenty of people. We have 7 kids who are doing nothing to them because nothing was invested into those kids. They never went to better schools. They never received enough attention. Because how can you give them attention when they are too much? We need to get rid of poverty by all means. Let's learn and let's accept knowledge. If you made a mistake, don't try to push your mistake on other people or your children. Teach them, I was wrong on this, but I want to be right on that one. And correct them and give them a better life. Please, children of God, this year God is going to give us plenty, but let's save and let's save purposefully. Let's know what we want. Save for something tangible that will change your life. Think of some businesses. Think of some certificates that you need to acquire. Think of improving yourself in every area. God is here. The power of God is here. The green harvest is here. But focus on building up yourself. This is my word to you. Be blessed.